Hello people of YouTube, it is that time again. My next package from Eaglemoss has arrived. I believe this is issue 1011, but I've yet to open it. I was waiting for you. This box is a little thicker than the normal, but I believe one of these ships is the Borg Spear, and I believe that's a little bit larger of a box than normal. I'm kind of hoping this has the bridge plaque from the Enterprise D in it, but I'm not sure if it does or not. So let us find out. And we have our usual papers. That. There. Yes indeed. We have the Borg Spear, which is in a thicker box. And the Reliant. Been looking forward to this one. I had the AMT model of that. And then the next two magazines. The next two magazines, issue 10 and 11. 10 being the Borg Spear, and 11 being the Reliant. And I'm just going to briefly look in here. I imagine you have the same basic setup. Specifications. Little intro information. Oh, simulation. That'll be interesting. Designing the spear, of course. Designing the Borg Queen. Nice. This one's a little bit of different information. And on the screen, which is really brief. And then, of course, the next ship. And then we have the Reliant. Specifications, of course, to start with. Getting started with information. Battle of the Mutara Nebula. Nice. The Borg Spear didn't have this kind of a layout thing, did it? Designing the Reliant. Be interested to read that. Building and filming, of course, and on screen. Next up will be the Akira class for me. And I'm not sure what's with the Akira, but I'll find out just to look online. But next up, let's have a closer look at these. I've kind of said it before. I feel like the main point for these is not necessarily the magazines. They are nice, but the main reason for subscribing to this is for the ships. So let's open up the spear. Feels very, very weighty. Oh wow. It's got some good weight to it. Must be metallic in the center and plastic on top. It's very interesting. I don't know much about the spear, but it's got a little bit of green here and there. The usual, I guess what you would expect, the kind of black and metallic, nothing fancy look to it. And I don't know that either way is necessarily up. It's both on the same sides, same end, same whatever. And then you have the little stand. And this looks to be quite simple. Just place it on there. Yep. La-di-da. You now have the Borg sphere. This is neat. I'm glad it's in the collection. It's not one that I'm excited about, but I don't know that there's ever been another model of this ship, so that's kind of cool that this part of the collection, and that will certainly go on the shelves with the others. They're a little bit closer in detail with this. And you can see it just has that, I don't know, the Borg style. It's like, it's not style, it's just thrown together. It's just metal pieces, no gloss paint, no shiny, nothing special. A little bit of green, like there's energy trying to bleed out here and there. And I don't know if this is supposed to be part of how it looks or not. I'm guessing so, but this is a neat paint job. A little worn and weathered. Like it looks like it's supposed to be this way. Like they just don't care about how it looks. It's more about how it functions, which makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And the detail changes. Right off the bat, I don't see anything mirrored. Like it's just the same thing stamped over and over. I don't really see that. I mean, you got a little bit of the boxes here, but they look very similar, but the design around them is different. It changes. Very nice. Next up we have the Reliant. Now this I did have an AMT model of many years ago. I'm excited to have a model of this ship again. I'm excited to see what kind of detail there is in it. Nice. As usual, most of the metal seems to be somewhere up front. It's hard to tell what's plastic and what's metal. Interesting. Oh, okay. There's a little bit of a seam around here, so like this part's plastic and this is the metal. But it's a nice weight to it. The cells are not too flimsy. Seems to be a little mess up right there though. That's kind of disappointing. Let's see if I can't get a closer picture. Just a vague little bit of Aztecing if you hold it to the right light. Don't know how well that's going to come through. A nice bit of detailing around the bridge, lines. You got your torpedoes back here, and I believe these were phasers. The underside has even more Aztecing and more detail. Very nice. I feel like the Aztecing shows up better on the plastic than it does the metal. I like that they have the little yellow squares there, or not squares. Triangular rectangle, I know there's a name for it, but and here we have a side view. I imagine that the light will also shine through here. Yeah, you can kind of sort of see it. If the light's placed on it right, it'll make those appear to glow. And then of course from the back, you got the shuttle bays 1 and 2, very small impulse engines, but they have a little red in them. Sure, well, this is nice. I am a little sad about that splotch right there. And now I have to decide, do I want to complain or not? Again, I don't want to be the guy that constantly complains. A little bit of window detailing along here. Hopefully that'll show up. I need to buy a better camera. Well, that's nice. Fairly standard base with the name on the bottom. And this appears to be rear mounted. And I'm guessing it just hooks on rather simply. There you go. I'm happy to have this. This is cool. I like it. I like the Reliant. It's a very familiar Federation ship. You can tell this is Federation ship. You can tell this is Star Trek, but it's different. I really like this design, and I'm happy to have it in ship form again with nice detail. I'll enjoy this one in my collection. I have contacted Eaglemoss about this little smudge via their Facebook page, and that can take a couple of days to get a response. The best way to talk to them is by phone, but I don't want to pester them. Email, I've gotten different responses from emails on the same questions, but the Facebook page, it's a little slower, but it seems to get a good response. I also asked them about the 6-month or 6 shipment subscriber gift of the dedication plaque and what's going on with that, why I haven't got it. I haven't got a response yet, but when I do, I will likely make a follow-up video. Anybody that's watching these videos is probably interested in getting the collection or recently started and kind of wanting to see what's coming up, so I try to make it a point to talk about what to expect, what my experiences were, and what you might have to come to expect. I've liked their customer service. There's been a lot of hiccups along the way, but they've been really good about fixing them, and don't think I'm a difficult person. But we'll see how it goes. If they don't replace this, well, it's not the worst thing in the world. It'd be nice if they did. We'll see what happens, and I will definitely give an update. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and keep on keeping on.